Hey everybody, welcome to Fortunate Creations. I'm Kim, and this is literally a channel where we talk about everything to do with crafting. So from amigurumi to weaving and anything in between, if you like crafting and being creative, stick around. I think you're going to like it here. So I have been working on Christmas gifts. Now, the Christmas gifts that I'm doing this year are kitchen towel sets, and I have a couple examples here. Here's one that I made. Okay, this is, you can't see the color very, it's purple. So I made the purple. I've got a bunch of them. And so many people have been asking me for a pattern or how do I do it, this and that. So I want to actually open up one of the gifts that I had already packaged. And I want to show you exactly how I did it. So what I'm doing is I'm combining scrubby yarn and sugar and cream yarn. And right now I actually had to buy some loops and threads, 100% cotton, because I ran out of the sugar and cream. Okay, so what am I doing? So here is the idea of the Christmas gift. So they're going to open the gift and they're going to get a soap, a hand soap, a scrubby, and then they're going to drop things. And then they're going to get a hand towel and a kitchen towel that hangs up. So it's going to look like this. Okay, and here's the full set. I think it's just a nice way to say I'm thinking about you. Here's a little something handmade. And honestly, I can make about 2 or 3 sets a day. So I'm not going to do this as a tutorial. I'm going to do it more as a how-to. I'm actually in the middle of doing another one. So here's what I'm in the middle of. I'm this far on this one. And let me just show you what I'm using. So for this set, I'm taking one of the loops and threads. Like I said, for most of the other ones, I was using sugar and cream, but I ran out. So this one is called Pool Party Ombre, and I'm combining it with grape. Okay, so these two go really well together. Now, one little ball of each will make the set. I bought 2 balls of each. That's what I do. And then I also bought Red Heart Scrubby. And this doesn't look like it goes with it, but it really does because there's several different colors of purple in here. So this is going to be the little scrubby that I make to go with it. So that's going to be the set. And the little scrubby I actually make on my small Addy. I'll show you that in here as well. It's not easy and it's not pretty because the Addy wants to fight the scrubby. But so let me show you all the ones I have. So I just showed you these two is what I'm working on right now. Then I also grabbed Loops and Threads Pear Ombre, and I'm combining it with Loops and Threads Olive Garden. And then the scrubby that goes with that is Loops and Threads Well, it just gives me a color number. I was Sage. So those are going to be a set. I have more hand soaps coming. So hopefully I'll have one that's something to do with green or sage or something to do with that, and it'll go well with that. So what else? I bought 2 of these Bright Jewel. I'm quickly learning that ombre is one of my favorite color choices of yarn. I really like ombre. So with this one, so Bright Jewel, I'm combining with Peacock. Super pretty. And then I'm toning down a little aqua color to go with that. Again, it matches nicely with this because of all the colors in it. So those are going to go together. Let's see what else. I bought some black, which can go with anything in here. And I bought some black scrubby. So that's kind of what I'm working on. And mix them all together. I bought a bunch of the other scrubby yarn. It was at Michael's looking like this. So I asked the lady at customer service if she would give me a break on the price because This is how they look. And they gave me 30% off. So that was pretty cool. Anyway, let's get to making this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start a new one so that you can see how I start it. So let's work with the, what is this, Pool Party? No, this is the Jewel Ombre. So what I do is I take the colored one and I start a granny square. I start with a magic circle. Like I said, this isn't really going to be a tutorial. This is just going to be kind of like watching me do it and then figuring it out from there. So I'm doing just a basic granny square. So I start with 2 half doubles. I chain 2, 2 more half doubles. Okay, tip that down a little so you can see better. Okay, 2 more half doubles, chain 2, 2 more half doubles. And I'm going to do this until I get 4 sets of them. So this is the 3rd set, chain 2, 2 more half doubles, and then I'm going to close the circle up. And you'll see how it meets up together. Starts my little square. Okay, pull these tight, chain 2, and then close up the center. Okay, just slip stitch into the first chain 2 that you did. Okay, there we go. There we've got the little square. Now from there, I'm just going to build on it. So you slip stitch into it, chain 2. Now I'm chaining 2 even though I'm only doing half doubles because I want this a little baggy, because I'm not going back into the space I just slip stitched into. I'm actually going into this chain 2 space. So I'm going to yarn over and go into that chain 2 space and do the double. And I find that that actually puts the first half of my corner in the corner where I want it. Now I don't chain in between. The only place I put a chain is in the corners. So I'm going to 2 doubles right into the next corner. Chain 2, slide them over, and then 2 doubles to finish that quarter. Okay. Again, no chaining here. Just jump right into that next corner. 2 half doubles. Slide it over. Chain 2. Right back into that corner and finish it up with 2 half doubles. Okay, you can see your squares starting nicely. Again, no chaining here. Right into this 3rd corner with your 2 half doubles. Chain 2, finish the corner. Oop. Slid right out of there. Did you see that? 2 half doubles. There we go. Okay, now we're going to finish the first corner. Okay, and this is why I did what I did over here. It looks like a normal 2 half doubles, and then I'm just going right back into the finish up the corner with 2 half doubles, chain 2, and slip stitch into the top of the half double you crossed over with. And you're going to see how nice of a square that starts to make, okay? Now I'm going to do 2 more rows of the multicolor. So again, I'm chaining 2, crossing over and going into that chain 2 space and finishing the half double. No chain. Go right into the space between 2 half doubles. No chain, right into the corner. Do your corner. Every corner is 2 half doubles, chain 2, 2 half doubles. No chain on this one, right into the space with 2 half doubles. No chain, right into the corner, 2 half doubles, chain 2, 2 half doubles. I love the pop of color that the ombre and then the solid give each other. I could actually use 2 different color greens on this one, but I don't know. I could even use a purple as well, but we'll see how my mood strikes me when I get going. Okay, so now we're just going still around, 2 half doubles in here, into the corner, 2 half doubles, chain 2. Come on, slide it over. There we go. 2 half doubles. Okay, into the space between them right here. 2 half doubles. And then we're going to finish up that first corner that we started with 2 half doubles, chain 2, and a slip knot. Slip stitch. Chain 2, slip stitch into the top of the chain, or top of the stitch you crossed over into. Sorry about that. There you go. Now, I like that size, and I'm going to see, one more row. So we're going to do one more row of the ombre. So again, you're going to chain 2, cross over, go into that chain 2 space, and do the half double. Okay. It's really cool. It gives it a good effect, and you don't have to turn your work to get into that chain 2 space. So I like it. Remember, no chaining on the sides. We're only chaining, and it's chain 2 in the corner. So I'm at this corner, 2 half doubles, chain 2, 2 half doubles. Okay. On the other side, 2 half doubles in this space, 2 half doubles in this space. I like the half doubles on the kitchen cloths because it's closer, right? Like if you're washing something, you don't want a lot of holes in your dishcloth. Okay. So here's this corner, 2 half doubles, chain 2, 2 half doubles. Okay. 2 half doubles in this space, 2 half doubles in this space. We're on the third corner now. Again, as far as how you do the color patterns, it's totally up to how your eye wants to see it, how you like to see it. Some of them I actually made a different stitch and I made a pattern. Some of them I just did rows. It just depended on how I felt at the time, So now I'm on the last side. Okay. I've got 2 half doubles in here, 2 half doubles in this one. And then I'm going to finish the first corner. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tie it off, slip stitch into that first chain. Okay, now I'm going to introduce my new color. I'm going to take you back a step. Before you slip stitch, I like to actually go through and slip stitch by pulling in the new color. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this. Is this the way to start it? No, it's the way to mess me up is what it is. Sometimes I just fight with these center pulls. Sometimes I just pull it all out and make a mess, like I think I'm about to. Oh, here it is. Okay. I don't know how I found that. All right, so I left that open. Okay. So you want to chain 2, and then you're going to go into the slip stitch and pull in your new color. So here's that. Pull in that new color and go ahead and chain 2. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and tie these ends together because you're just going to hide them anyway, okay? But I'll just continue on from here. Now, I do the granny square until there's 9 total rows. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the ombre color. You're going to do 5 rounds of the solid. And you're doing it exactly how you did the other one. You cross over and do the half double right into there, and then just continue doing your granny square just how you've been doing it. Obviously, with each round, you got 1 extra space on the sides, so you just keep filling those in. If you choose to do more than 1 color, like I could put in a pink or a purple or even a yellow, okay? However you want to do it, it's just fun to make the colors pop, you know? I've been doing 1, maybe 2 of the colors. All right, so after this corner, I'm going to show you what it looks like finished. And then we're going to start on the actual towel, the hanging kitchen towel that you can hang on your stove or your dishwasher or the refrigerator door or however. Okay, so keep going around till there's 9 rounds. I'll set this aside for now. And I'm going to show you how it looks when it's done. So on this one, I actually used the purple that was in the ombre color, and then there was a teal. So I pulled out the teal. I just had it scrap. And then I go ahead and I put a little hanger on it, and we're good to go. All right, let's do the kitchen towel now. All right, so the second part of the set is the hanging towel. So it's really simple. Like I said, I've just been going back and forth, single or half double crochet. So I start with a chain of 30. I'll go ahead and start that for you. Now it's up to you whether you start with the solid color or the ombre color. I'm going to start with the solid color on this one. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead, fix that. Okay. So we're going to chain 30. Actually chain 31 because you're going to turn it, and so you want to have 30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Aren't you glad I know how to count? 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. Okay, so now when I do my chain, I go into the bump in the back. So if you take your chain, you're looking at it normal. If you tip it like that, you can see the bumps on the back. Okay, those are what I'm going into. So you're just going to do single crochet all the way across for 30 stitches because you're skipping the first one because that's the chain, right? Okay. So we're going to go ahead and single crochet in the bump in the back all the way across. And I feel that this gives it a more secure base. And it really feels good on the kitchen towels to have that secure base at the bottom. So it's a little bit thicker. If I start to lose my voice, I apologize because it is evening. And with this cold that I'm just getting over, my voice tends to go away somewhere around 7:30, 8 o'clock. And it's about 10 of 7 right now. So hopefully I can hold on to it just to get through this tutorial. Okay. So I'm not going to make you suffer through watching me go through 30 stitches, 30 single crochets. The only thing that was different is I wanted to show you go through the bump in the back. Okay. So now we're going to jump ahead to the one that I was working on before I started the tutorial. And you can see that I've just been going side to side to side to side. Now, why do I have 2 working yarns hanging on here? Well, that's because instead of cutting them off, I run them up the side, and then when I do the single crochet all the way around the outside, I just tuck them in. I don't like tucking ends, so this is how I get around it. Now, the color pattern is up to you, right? So on this one, I did the ombre, solid purple, then the teal, and then I finished in the purple. So I want to kind of figure out how to do that. So I've done purple, ombre, purple. Now I'm doing a thick ombre, and I'm going to do a thick purple, 1 row of the teal, and then I'm going to finish it in the purple. Okay. So we're going to just, and all I'm doing on this one, I'm actually doing half doubles on this. Why? I don't know, because I felt like doing half doubles on this one. I did singles on the other one. It just depends on my mood. I don't want to make myself too bored while making these, so I change it up a little bit. That's all. If you want it really tight, 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 do the single crochets. If you want it a little looser, do the half doubles. Honestly, it's just your preference. All right. So that's how we do that. Now, when you get to the top, I'm just going to show you on this. I'm going to pretend it's big enough, and I'm going to show you how to do it, okay? So now, say we've got it about this tall. Now we want to put the handle on it, okay? Actually, first you need to decrease. Sorry about that. So you get it about this tall, and now you want to decrease. All I'm doing is I double crochet, decrease on each end, half double, decrease on each end. Super simple. Do it until the mouth of it is as thin as you like it. You see how I started here, I did the decreases, and then I like the towel that wide at the top. Okay, so there's that. And you can see I played with the colors on this one as well. It's just fun to do that. Okay, so let me show you how to do the handle. So after you decrease it, like I said, this isn't really a tutorial. This is just kind of like, hey, this is how I did that. So I'm sorry if it's not really in depth. If you do have questions and you want me to show you, message me. Send me a message, leave me a comment, get back to me. My email is in the description. If you want to email me with a question, I will absolutely help you out. So, okay, the handle. We're going to single crochet 4 across. That's it, just 4 on this row. So now remember, we're pretending that the towel's as big as we want it, and I'm just showing you how to do the handle. 1, 2, 3, we're going to single crochet, chain 1 and turn, and you're just going to go back 3. So you want the handle to be 3 wide. And you just keep going back and forth, 3 stitches, chain 1, turn it, back and forth, okay? Until you get it long enough to hang up and look nice, okay? Now I happen to have buttons that my sister made me or ordered for me. You can use any button. Make sure at the end you put in a little button hole, and you want to be able to make it big. I used 3 stitches, chain of 3, because you want it kind of tight. Now, when you put these gift sets together, what I do is I put the hand towel over the button first, and then I close the button from the kitchen towel, and voila. And then they look nice together. Then you get a soap or a candle, whatever you like, or don't. You don't need to add the extra thing. That's just what I did. So what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to use this purple, and I'm going to make a scrubby. I'll set that up and we'll take over from there. Okay, so the last part of this set, you can see I have them all up there, getting ready for the last part. So The last part is the scrubby yarn on the small addy. You can absolutely crochet them. This is just how I'm doing it. Now, I'm going to try to make this work. I can't find the clamps that hold the legs down on the desk. I had them set right here. I don't know where they went. So I'm going to try to use this addy without the clamp. If it doesn't work, I'll just talk you through what I did. Okay. So first thing you want to do is tip this so you can see my addy. Okay. You're going to cast on like you always do. Leave a good tail. And then go ahead and cast on front, back, like you always do on the addy. I did a lot of test ones on this, and this is how I came up with how many rows you do. So it's 35 rows. And like I said, I don't have the clasp, and the first row always fights me. There we go, and then it gets easier. So I don't know. Every time I use the addy on one of my videos, I say the same thing. I don't know if it fights you like it fights me, but it does. One thing you got to remember, set your counter back to 0. I mean, you probably do it anyway, but... And yes, I have a different shirt on because the computer, for some reason, took 12 hours to load my video. So anyway, we're going to do 35 rows. So far, so good with the holding it onto the table. It really makes me mad. I don't know where those clasps went, but I just ordered some on eBay. So we'll have them. All right, I'm going to go ahead and finish 35 rows, and then I will show you what I do after that. All right, here's 35. Okay, keep in mind, the addy does not love this yarn. It works, but it doesn't love it. Okay, cut a long tail, and then get your needle. I highly recommend, if you haven't bought them yet and you're using an addy, get the needles that go up on the end. You can see right here how they go up on the end. You want to make sure you did that. Okay. As usual, I don't use the scrap yarn rows, so I just scoop it off and pull it through. It's only 22 pins, so I know it's tedious, but it's worth it to me to not go through the extra steps of the waste yarn. You can absolutely do it. That's totally up to you. It is your addy and your project. But I take the extra couple minutes and I feed these through. Now with this yarn, be careful to watch and make sure each needle comes off, because it likes to wrap itself around and not pop off. So you gotta just make sure you're keeping an eye and everything's popping off. Now I'm just scooping them off. I don't know if you can see my process. Don't let it get too long of a time before you pull this tight. This does not pull tight well, so it'll knot up on itself, and you don't want that. So do like 3, pull it tight, tuck it back in, do 3 more. Okay, we got the last few here. 1, 2, 3, and it should lift right up. Okay, I'm going to set the addy over here, get it out of the way, and then I'm going to show you how I close this up. Now, let me put my needle away so I don't lose it. All right, let's turn this back up so you can see me and Here we go. So start to shape it a little bit, okay? Because you want to get it as square as possible. Be very gentle, but tug it a little bit to try to tighten it. Why I'm doing this is, see how it curls out? I want it to just tug the insides in a little bit so that it doesn't flop out like that. I'm going to pull it back out anyway, so I'm just pretty much training the project to curl in the way I want it to. You can see that looks a lot better. Okay. Do the same on the other end. And get them so that they're pretty much the same size, right? Okay. Now, how you close it up is totally up to you. There's two ways I do it. I find that the way I'm about to show you is the easiest. So I get my needle back out. And for the first end, I just sew it back and forth like this. Make sure you got it here. Just back and forth, in and out, weaving it, making sure you get, both sides. And I go back and forth twice. Okay, so there's one way again. Pull very carefully because it will rip or not or, whatever. So see how I'm doing that? You just got to be really careful. If you get stuck with something like this, you can always tuck it in and hide it. It's fine. This is very forgiving yarn. I'm trying not to have that happen though. There we go. Okay. So it's sealed. Go back through one more time. You don't have to, but I just do this as, I don't know, added precaution maybe. Don't pull it tight. And if it does cinch up, go ahead and straighten it back out. So there we go. Okay. Take your needle off. You can trim off the extra. And here's what I do is I turn it inside out because it's fuzzier on the side, scrubbier on the side. Okay. There we go. If you have any, like this is where I had to tie mine together because the, long story short, I bought this scrubby yarn at 30% discount because there's no labels and it was just a heap thrown in the bin. So they gave me a discount. And the reason I asked for the discount is because I knew I'd be dealing with yarn barf. Because, let me show you. This is how I bought them instead of that. So that's why when the woman looked at me when I asked for a discount, she's like, why? And I'm like, well, this is going to happen. Okay, so we're going to straighten this nicely, nice and square. Okay. You can either sew it the same way as you did the other end, or you can slip stitch it over. I just feel that sewing it back and forth like that is so much easier. So that is what I'm gonna do. So you just go in and out and in and out, or you can loop over. Honestly, it's a scrubby for the kitchen. However you like doing it, just do it that way. Remember, this yarn will tug, 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 and snap, so be really careful if you're using any muscle against it at all. Just be really, really aware of its giving point. Okay, pull this through. Ta-da. You can go ahead and do another one back through if you want, but for the one on the outside, I don't like to do that because it looks too thick. So all I'm going to do, sorry, I got eyelash in my eye. I'm going to go ahead and knot this, and you are not going to see it. So I'm going to go ahead and loop it through itself. You can put a handle on these if you like. I have not been, but you can. Try to save yourself this headache by pulling it through just right. Okay. I'm going to fight with this off camera. All right. So it's going to fight me, so I'm just going to put another knot right here. And we're going to call it a day until it won, and there we go. And the reason I don't mind is because I'm going to hide these tails inside the project. I'll never see them again, so I don't really care. The easiest way to hide these tails is to take a hook. Let's get a smaller one. Take a hook, slide up in between, grab the tail, and pull it in. Slide up, in between, grab the tail, and pull it in. Hides them perfectly. This yarn is very forgiving. You'll never see it again. There we go. And that is the final stage of the kitchen towel set. So let me show you what a whole set looks like. So here is the hanging kitchen towel. Here is the washcloth, hot plate, pot holder, whatever you want to use it for. And here is the scrubby. It's a nice little set, and I throw in maybe, I don't know, grape or lavender or some scented soap that matches the color. And there you go. So that is what all of my family is getting for Christmas. I hope they're not watching, family and friends. So if you like this, let me know in the comments. If you need any other hints, anything that I did off camera that you need to see how I did it, or if you need clarification, shoot me an email, leave me a comment, hit me up on Facebook, however you want. But this is a great stash buster, and it's a great little gift. Put in a candle, some hand soap, whatever you want. All right, you guys, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed these stash busting Christmas gifts, and I hope to see you next time. Remember, always be happy, be kind, and be creative. Bye, guys.